All right. Thank you for joining us for this 15-minute franchisee interview. I have my friend Lauren here with me today. Lauren, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, friend.
Okay, so if you would please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Right. My name is Lauren Miller. I am an owner in Little Rock, Arkansas. We have 3 territories that span really all of central Arkansas, including the capital city. And I started this journey in 2019. Great year. A good year.
Yes. Okay, so let's go back to 2019. What did you do before you joined the Right at Home system?
Right. I had really always worked in sales. I was in the pharmaceutical industry for many, many years, and then had settled into business ownership in a different industry. And I actually even worked as director of development for that company. It was an Arkansas-based franchise company. So did that, and through some family losses and some tough times, we came to Right at Home and home care. So yeah.
Okay, and so I know, so it sounds like you've got business ownership experience, sales experience, franchise, you've got a lot of experience. So when you joined Right at Home, you have a lot of choices to join a franchise, whether it's franchising or not franchising, senior care, not senior care. Why did you specifically choose Right at Home as the business you decided to go with?
Right. You're correct. I mean, I knew that I felt led to start a home care company. I knew I wanted to work with a franchise system. Again, I had worked in franchising before and just believe in the franchise model. And so I think we probably started with maybe 5 or 6 different franchise companies nationally, and Right at Home ended up being the choice. One of the factors was the availability of the territory. I really learned that they had done a lot of research, and I felt really, really good about the territories that they had drawn up, expansion possibilities, being able to work with franchise neighbors, and so I ended on Right at Home.
Okay, got it. All right, so 2019 is a pretty challenging year to join a franchise system. So let's talk about what things were like when you first joined Right at Home. And if you could briefly describe maybe some of the things that have happened since you initially tried Right at Home. You're like, this is 15 minutes. Is that
I know. And I don't want it to seem negative. I mean, because it's absolutely been the greatest professional accomplishment of my life. Lots of personal things woven in, and just lots of growth. I would say, gosh, when you start, I mean, you have to be willing to do everything. And, I had been involved in business and sales, but I don't have an MBA. I didn't have a lot of experience, especially in the health space, even in sales and pharmaceuticals. You manage your territory, but there's a lot of things that you don't do. And so I feel like, man, we just jumped in, and we kept our head above water most of the time. And for sure, 6 years in, gosh, it's hard to even imagine how much things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say, starting out, I think I did everything. I jokingly say I started my company with a cell phone and a used desk and a bank loan. And I did. I mean, that's really what it was. And now, truly today, I don't think I would ever have imagined that a company that I was owner of could do this much good in people's lives. I mean, it's big.
I love it. It. Okay, so being part of a franchise system means that there's a lot of help and support and guidance and processes, procedures, all of the things. So of all of the things that you do to partner with the franchisor and corporate headquarters, all the help and support, what would you say is the most valuable piece of support or guidance that you receive?
Yeah, I mean, all of it. I think, for me, again, I don't have an MBA. I have 2 liberal arts degrees. And I'm probably not the typical franchisee. And so for me, it was a lot. I mean, I remember one day calling my business coach. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I couldn't figure out how to get a watermark off of a Word document. I mean, I legitimately called another profession. Anyway.
Yep.
So lots of support, but I would say probably there was some hand holding and different aspects of that. I know that that's probably not something that everyone wants to do, and we want owners to come to us and be willing to grow and ready to grow, but probably have some basic knowledge of word formatting. But that's beside the point.
Yep.
But I think, for me, really just over my entire career with Right at Home, I feel like, just being able to, oh gosh, there's so much valuable things and pieces I feel like that have happened. One of the aspects that I really feel like serves our clients well is all of the work that Right at Home does with our veterans nationally. It's a big deal to accept federal money to take care of society's most vulnerable. And we've had amazing help with Right at Home support as we've grown our VA business, as we've served veterans and served them well. I think that's probably, if I think about what's impacted us the most, is being able to serve that veteran population. We have an Air Force base here, so we have a large concentration. Right at Home has been able to, I don't know if I can say their names, so y'all can edit this, but Doug and Ginger have been amazing. And when I look at franchising, I think that's what it is, and what we do, and how can you help us? Whatever we bring to it, whatever we're bringing to this business opportunity, Right at Home, I feel like fosters that. And for me, it is very important for us to not only grow the business and build sustainable practices and have a team that's dedicated, but really above everything, we want to offer quality care. And so, like, if I were just to say one piece of support that I feel like has been meaningful for us, I would say that support, something that's important to me. But gosh, I don't know the first thing about trying to get in as a federal vendor. And man, Right at Home's helped us really so much be able to do that and maintain that and establish relationships and foster them. I'd say that's probably
a great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. Thank you for that. Okay, so going back to when you first joined Right at Home, thinking about, you're a new franchise owner, you're exploring all of these, concepts and what to choose. The people that are watching this interview right now are thinking about possibly joining the Right at Home system. So what's one piece of advice that you can give someone who might be, signing a franchise agreement next week? What's some advice that you can give someone like that?
I came to this space as in the mindset of a client. I was a client family member. We didn't have the experience that we should have when my mother was sick, and so I came to this very consumer oriented. I serve clients and their families well, and I will tell you, I don't really know that I ever thought about the human side of the product. And really, people are our product. Our caregivers are the lifeblood of what we do. And so we're almost serving two completely different populations simultaneously and bringing them together every day, all day. So there are a lot of variables, but I think coming in for me, it was so important to do that and do that well. But in the end, if you don't want to serve people and you don't want to kind of get into the thick of things that are, we walk through really hard seasons with people in their lives.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, when people are your product, there are so many infinite numbers of things that can go wrong, but there's a million things that can go right too. And I'll just say, if you're considering this, if you're considering franchising in home care, especially with Right at Home, you have to want to serve people, and you have to want to be involved in their lives. And I think that's really important, and I think that is what has served us best. Our caregivers, our clients, our admin team, everybody that comes together
Awesome.
to do what we do every day.
That's great. Another wonderful answer. I had a franchise owner say to me once, and I've taken this and I've said it several times after he said it to me, is that you have to have a passion for people. It's really just that simple. And it's not just the clients that you're providing services to. You've got caregivers, you've got the community, you've got, referral sources. There's so many people that are involved in this business. It comes down to providing the best in class care to all of the clients that you serve. But you have to have a passion for that, and it involves a lot of people. So you have to be
willing to do that. I mean, it's just a people business. And when you're in a service industry, which this is, I mean, like you're saying, there's so many parts of that. And it's just been a blessing to be able to do that. But like you said, when we were starting out, you have to be willing to do anything and serve anyone anyhow. Makes a difference.
Okay, awesome. Well, Lauren, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. I know you're a busy person, so thank you for taking the time to do this. I appreciate you, and I know our listeners do as well, so thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen. Y'all have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye.